welcome back to Total Spot Fest. JJ Brownlee, Jamie Faulkner coming back at you, recapping a hot weekend of wrestling. Hot.
H-A-W-T, hat.
Yeah, that's right. That's how we spell here. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back and joining us. If it's your first time here, hello and welcome. You can drop a comment down below if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening, give us a shout out on Twitter. The words are getting to me today, guys. At Total Spot Fest. If you're on YouTube as well, when you're done and giving that comment, just like, subscribe, do all the things there. Hey, We've already been through the gauntlet here because of technology, so not my fault this time.
No. Jamie's internet decided I wanted to take a crap. So forgive me if I come through a little buffery. I apologize.
It's the Buffer Man.
Yes, Max Headroom for anybody over the age of 35, probably.
I saw somewhere that there's going to be a Max Headroom remake.
How could you do it? Because the buffering thing was his thing, you know.
I mean, how could you do it? That's all that Hollywood fucking does anymore. Is just let's recycle something, So.
I know. Weird.
Kind of like WWE's booking.
Oh, or is it?
We're gonna talk about that momentarily here, but no, we got an action-packed show for you guys coming up here because we had not only SummerSlam weekend, all the other stuff that was around going on with that. Rest in peace to Bussy's title reigns. They got jobbed out of the GCW titles on Friday night. Not happy about that. I am happy about. You've seen the Effie's announcement for the next event though.
What
for GCW Homecoming?
Mm-mm.
John Moxley Effie for the big belt.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, he announced it on his Twitch on his Monday Not Raw this past week. I was like, oh, I'm buying that.
Yeah, that's worth my dollars.
$40. Please, Fight TV, take it. There you go. So, side note. I know we don't spend a lot of time delving into it, but if you guys aren't watching at least a little bit of GCW, do yourself a service. Order yourself a pay-per-view. Get yourself a replay. Look them up on the dark web. I don't care. It is worth your time. I love me some GCW. I can't wait to go do their GCW show.
Yeah, same. The next time they come back to Missouri-ish or Kansas, because Missouri sucks,
or Illinois, St. Louis.
Yeah, exactly. So next time they come in the local area, we might have to give it a go.
Right. We would have gone. Is your wife still in a wedding on September 4th?
Yep.
Okay. Well, so much for that. Let's talk about wrestling. So yes. Aside from all that, we actually had a local show we went to on Saturday night, a Saturday show in Kansas City, for Journey Pro. It was Raytona Beach Bash, and the Faulkner World Order has expanded their wrestling fandom.
Yes, so this was Audrey's first Journey Pro show and Jessica's second total show, and this is Jessica's second total show too, but this is Jessica's first indie show because I took her to an AEW event. So obviously Audrey was really excited to see two people. That was it. It was just two. It was Heidi, because she really likes Heidi. Shout out to Heidi if she's on here. And then Anaya from the Howlets. Oh my God, she is the super mark for the Howlets in general. Specifically Anaya. During his match, she was going, "Go Anaya, go Anaya," and then all the people around us were even go Anaya. She likes Anaya, huh? I'm like, yeah, she does. And both of them were heckling more than I did. I legit sat in silence for most of the night, just enjoyed watching wrestling and didn't start the
Jamie was the proud papa on Saturday. I think at one point in time you actually turned to me and shed a tear.
I did. Well, because Audrey goes, "Premier, you suck balls," and I'm like, let's cut down the ball talk, but I'm really proud of you.
Oh, but she didn't stop there. She really dug into that. The whole every time she saw them, just she doesn't forget. Like, it's like,
No.
like
And then Jessica got into it with Sam Beal. That was a lot of fun. She was going after him. Even when he was at his table with his merch, she was going after him. He kept calling her Four Eyes, which was excellent.
Oh, it's so
yeah, dude, like it was a great time to be had by all. The workhorsemen were there. The workhorsemen did lose, but in shiesty ways. But oh my god, the chest chop from
JD
Drake on Jeremy Wyatt was arguably the loudest one I've ever heard. And we were sitting front row in that corner. So
outside.
It was like we got full. Outside.
It reverberated. I don't know how that's possible.
It was a good show. They planted a lot of seeds. It was unfortunately Walter's last show with them. Because he's taking care of his wife as he should.
Yep.
But the match between Warhorse and Christian Rose was absolutely amazing.
Because Masha had travel issues, she couldn't make it. She was tied up in Nashville with all sorts of. She's so hot right now.
Yeah, she's so hot right now.
I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
She's like Hansel. But like that match was amazing. Jessica became the hugest Warhorse mark after that, which was amazing.
That coming.
Like, she did not see that coming.
Love it.
Dude, there's just so much good stuff.
JDX looked fantastic.
JDX's Wolverine gear was fire. That's all I got to say.
He teased that to us in one of our interviews with him. He teased that he had another thing coming, this and that, but he wouldn't go. So good.
It was so good. And he got the dub in a triple threat between him, Anaya, who Audrey was pulling for. I was pulling for JDX because hopefully I was going to see a Chicago Crab, a.k.a. Lion Tamer. But you know what? We're going to talk about that later. Everybody put a pin in that. I think we all know where I'm going. Anyway, and then Carly Bravo. And that match stole the show for me. It was so goddamn good.
Carly looked, I've seen Carly before. He's been good, but he was vicious. I like this Carly Bravo that we saw the other night,
Amesies.
Yeah, so good. I think I'm trying to think if that was my match of the night. I mean, the main event, Christian Rose, which, by the way, before the event, I was talking to Christian Rose because Jamie's talking about Lion Tamers. The night before was St. Louis Anarchy Circus Maximus 17, which we watched on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/journey to anarchy, by the way. If you aren't following, give it a follow. It's free. And there was Anthony Henry did a stretched muffler tamer. A stretched muffler / Lion Tamer, which I'm like, Jamie's like losing his mind over the chat there, and Christian Rose did a high angle Boston Crab, which was very close to being a Lion Tamer, and he definitely was like, "What Jamie think of the Lion Tamer I did last night?" I was like, "Oh, he doesn't think you did a Lion Tamer last night." And Christian Rose is still mad at you, by the way, Jamie.
That's a Walls of Jericho. Like he did the Walls of Jericho, which is just a high angle Boston Crab. Chris Jericho, on the other hand, did a real Lion Tamer with the knee in the back, sat down, fucking beautiful. Maki Ito did one recently too. If you follow us on Twitter, I posted that because it's just a thing of freaking beauty when she does it. I mean, it's the greatest move in the world, and she's the cutest in the world. So there is that. But yeah, no, like, oh my god, so many good things happened. Oh.
It was a fantastic show. They announced yesterday, too, their next show is also an outdoor show, and I'm really excited about this. So, Weekend at Journeys 2. Jamie and I have both already submitted our suggestions for the subtitle.
I liked mine. Rose-colored reckoning, because Rose and reckoning,
Mine was just something I wanted to get as random as possible, so I did something like related to Taylor Swift, and I was just like, because it's weird. But anyway, Weekend at Journeys 2, Lemonade Park in the West Bottoms, Friday, August 26th, 8 p.m. bell time. So
late
An evening show. Yeah, an adult show. It feels like an evening show.
I'm definitely not bringing the girls. I already told them like it's too late. Like even though it's only an hour later, it's still an hour later.
Yeah, that's gonna go
like midnight.
It's gonna go to close to midnight, right? You know, and it's. But I'm really excited. Under the Stars at Lemonade Park. That's gonna be really good. That's gonna be so awesome. So I'm excited for that. Be on the lookout. We'll have more as it comes along. Now,
absolutely,
every week. You know, when we talk about our favorite independent promotion here in Kansas City, it gets us, want to talk about some independent wrestlers. So we like to feature an independent wrestler that maybe you have heard of, maybe you haven't. JB, do you have a wrestler for this week's independent wrestler spotlight?
I do. I really do.
I'm going to stop setting you up for that, I swear.
You say that.
No, I won't. I talk a big game.
So this man has been on our show multiple times. I don't know if we've done one on him or not, but he deserves another one, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
He is actually going to be in St. Louis on August 20th, going for the belt there for the 2022 David Lee Memorial Tournament.
Okay.
And that is for Wrestle St. Louis, Wrestle Max St. Louis. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And that is none other than the Chicago Crab doing. Amazing man he is, Justin D. Xavier. JDX, ladies and gentlemen.
The D stands for definitely have not done him yet for an independent wrestler spotlight, but we should have.
Like 8 times. Like, love some JDX. Probably need to get him back on the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to work on that.
Yeah.
But he got a huge win. Huge win over Carly and I had some reckoning things going on, so whatever. But the crowd was definitely split between Anaya and JDX. Like, I was very pro JDX. Audrey is very pro Anaya. She was not as excited as I was. Yeah. I mean, because I had the opportunity, and I'm going to blame Chris. Again, Chris, I'm looking at you. He won, but you could have made the pain go away. Could have made the pain go away for everybody. And you didn't. He didn't win by a Liontamer, ladies and gentlemen. He won by his other move that is like Swole's fiance.
Cedric Alexander.
Cedric Alexander, thank you. Whatever his finisher is, it's sick.
Yeah, he does that like toss in the air, turn back cracker thing.
The one where Candice LeRae got like shot put like 8 feet in the air.
that was one of the best gifts ever. Oh my god! But no, JDX. If you're a listener of our show, you definitely know JDX. Definitely a friend of the show. We've taken him to barbecue. Side note: we've taken other wrestlers to barbecue now.
We have. Let
me finish talking. But love some JDX, definitely. Big Batman fan. I'll put a balloon up here. We did an insanely long review of the Batman movie this past summer. So
insanely long movie. So we just kept going.
Yeah. At least half of it is me and him getting deep into like Batman comic mythos. So it's a thing. Anyway.
And I'm just here like, yeah, guys, super cool.
We're JJ's referencing like issues and stuff and this and that, and it's like yeah, but no, great guy. I know he recently has moved back to Minneapolis and been just as hot as ever, going all over the Midwest here. So he's been in Terminus, the last 2 Terminuses. He's definitely making the rounds there, and he deserves it. He's a fantastic person and a great wrestler. So all the socials I'll have down below. Give them a follow. Yeah, our boy JDX.
Yep, official JDX. Justin's got some big time matches coming up. He's got one against Casey Navarro. He's got Fuego del Sol in this tournament, just to name a couple.
Okay.
And he also happens to have a match against somebody that we all have been we've waxed poetically about, definitely.
Yep.
Are you ready for this?
I already know the match. Yeah.
Kansuke Takeshita.
I know. That's a premiere, right?
That happens August 7th at Midwest All Stars Wrestling.
Oh, I thought that was happening in Portland.
Nope. August 7th in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. How far away is Eden Prairie, Minnesota?
That's Minneapolis. It's like Overland Park of Minneapolis.
Okay. I mean, it's just Saturday. Nothing major. I have no plans. Let's make a day trip.
We'll think about it. I mean, JDX and Takeshka. We'll think about it. So let's talk about barbecue real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's delicious, ladies and gentlemen.
So those of you have been hanging around with us for a little bit, know that last year at All Out Weekend, James started a new feud. And
I do. That's what I do.
It's been going on strong, and we had a chance to quell it this weekend. So JD Drake, along with his tag team partner Anthony Henry, graciously agreed, let us go buy them some barbecue. So they had a little seminar thing. So we're like, hey, just down the street is a great little spot we can go. How may I help you at Gates? So we did some Gates, and Jamie, what happened?
He liked it, ladies.
He liked it. It took the right sauce. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he likes the hot, burn your mouth ketchup style sauce. You know, like the tomato based sauce. And he liked it. He really liked the sauce. Anthony Henry liked the sauce as well. Anthony destroyed his chicken. Both of them great dudes, like legit. We were talking shop.
We sat there for like so long after we're done just bullshitting around. It was so much. It was so fun.
It was good times. It was good times had by all. Chris was there, of course,
and for what it's worth, JD's never had a problem with the meat. It's always been because I mean the biggest difference in Carolina is the sauce. It's all the vinegar base as opposed to whatever. Mm-hmm. But he did give a big thumbs up, so I think we've quelled this beef. Yes.
I believe so. I do want next time he's in town, we definitely need to go to a different barbecue joint.
Taking the Joe's.
Yeah, I think Joe's.
He would love Joe's. He would love.
He probably love LC's though. I think he would love LC's.
I know. Well, I'm just thinking of the atmosphere of Joe's. You know, the gas station.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, hole in the wall for sure.
It feels like a southern barbecue spot. You know, which I mean, Kansas City, we're kind of in the south. Whatever. Hey, before we get into this weekend, you did the Independent Wrestler Spotlight, but I have one for you. I know. I'm giving you a curveball this week. So
luckily, I got Joe Boo with me.
Get that rum out. So, and I say, so Jamie's the one who finds this, you know, as we go here. But I felt we had to give a second one this week. It did earn it. So, at Journey Pro, we see a lot of familiar faces, you know, so people who are local based, looking at, you know, Jeremy Wyatt, Luke Longley, you know, Gary J from St. Louis, you know, Nick Chen, our favorite Big Nick, you know, we see a lot of people that we see every time, or mostly every time, right? You know, so very familiar faces, and there are some faces that are even more familiar than that, and you already made mention of this, but this past Journey Pro is actually the last show for one of the founders of Journey Pro, one of the nicest people you will ever meet in your life. Our friend of the show, Mr. Walter Fulbright. He's going to hate that I'm doing this, but
100%.
I'm sorry, Walter. Okay, but we love you, and you know we understand. And you know if those you missed our show last week, you know, well, you know, I'm not gonna get into details, but there's just been some health things going on with his family, you know, and you know, family comes first. So he's stepping away from Journey Pro to take care of the really important stuff in life. But he's still going to be there. He's going to be a fan. He'll be sitting next to us. I'm going to make sure he sits next to Jamie so he can hear all the Liontamer chants just to, you know, get his blood pressure up a little bit. But no longer going to be involved in the daily running of Journey Pro. You know, he's still going to be a little bit, he had said previously, he's going to be a little bit involved with the Wrestling Academy, you know, just slightly. But, you know, this is you know, for what it's worth, Walter is a guy who he's got all the connections. He knows the people. He's been around this for a while now. You know, he is somebody that everybody knows. It's wrestling. We found since we started doing this, especially, is not that big of a family. You know, you start digging into these circles, and like when we hang out, we've gotten to know some wrestlers. Like I said, we become friends with JDX, and and we've had talks with Christian and Gary and all this stuff, and we start talking about people, and it's like it's not long before you pull a common thread and you start crossing lines, and lots of good words were shared by a lot of wrestlers that you would know over the weekend towards Walter. But I just want to say, for me, and I'll let you talk in a second here, Jamie, but I just want to give my praise and adoration to you, because I know you hate this. I'm sorry. But, doing it right is something that is very important to me. Something's become a lot more important to me later on in life, and he's running a promotion the correct way. It's very much a people business, and he is very much this is an open, safe, respectful promotion. We're not going to screw you around. We don't put up with bigots and homophobes and transphobes, and very keen about progressing women's wrestling and really spotlighting the people who are hard workers. And to a man, I have yet to have anybody ever say anything bad about Walter. We've got to know him quite well since we started doing this podcast. I've known him a whole lot. He's become a good friend of ours, and his wife as well, Stephanie. We love to death. She is a blues fan, so I love her even more. I remember we spent like a half an hour at a couple shows ago just talking about the blues potential, playoff run, and all that stuff. But we wish you. I wish you nothing but the best. You and Stephanie. I'm glad to see you at shows still, Walter. I know the Journey Pro's in excellent hands with Chris and with Hartzell. I know DJ's been kind of going off and doing other things as well. So the primary running of the promotions now falling on Chris and Hartzell, and we know they're in excellent hands there with that. So thank you for what you've done for Kansas City wrestling. Thank you what you've done for us by helping us out, and just thank you for being a friend. And I don't mean to turn into a Golden Girls moment, but I really do mean that. You are a good person, and I'm glad to know you, and I'm glad we're going to see you on this side of the ropes.
Absolutely. And for me, Walter, I'm a very passionate person. I'm very passionate about everything. Like I don't half-ass anything. I whole-ass everything. Like that's me. Like I go 100 miles an hour or I go 0. Like it's just one or the other. And I can definitely see the level of passion that you have for professional wrestling surpasses my passion for most things. Like you make me want to be a better person in some aspects because of how passionate you are about wrestling. Like your passion for wrestling, when we started going to Journey Pro, we could tell it was different. And it was one of the driving forces for me personally to start wanting to do a podcast. This is what I want. This is what I like. And we always had a great time. It was very welcoming. And then you came on the show and like, man, that solidified it for me too. Like you were not a dick, like it's just one of those things. Like you are legit one of the nicest people I've ever met who gives a damn not only about professional wrestling as a whole, but the people that are in it, affected by it, love it, hate it. Like you are there for everybody, and you are just one of the best humans I've personally met. You are a great human. I think it speaks volumes to how great you are by stepping away for the reasons you're stepping away. It makes me love you that much more. I think that's kind of amazing. Like you're not the hero that, Journey Pro needs, you're the hero that we deserve or whatever it is. It's like
solid Batman reference.
Yes. It's just one of those things. Like I know Chris and Hartzell are going to crush it. You do too. I think that's one of the reasons why you stepped away. I think this is honestly a good time because those guys are going to do a bang up job. And will your fingerprints still be in there? Probably, because Chris is a good dude and he knows how to do it there. But you will be sorely missed. I will enjoy having you sit by me and hearing Lion Tamer until Chris finally gives in and has JDX win by a Chicago Crab. But thank you. That's above all, Walter. Thank you.
Now, I'm not going to put any links down below because Walter's not into any of that stuff. If you want to give any well wishes to Walter, down below, Journey Pro KC on all the socials. He's still there. He still exists. You could definitely give him well wishes through that. And yeah. So I figured we had to. We had to give some words to Walter for sure. Like I said, I know you're gonna hate this. Again, I'm sorry, but
do not care.
Sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. No more Walter spots though. That's the good news. So he's not going to get kicked in the face or dropped on his head. He's not going to turn.
That's on you now, Chris.
Yeah. Chris, you're the one who's getting abused by the talent now. So Walter. The good news is Walter's not going to turn to Ric Flair wrestling at damn near 80 some years old or whatever. So, all right. Let's talk about this weekend. You want to do that before we get to Dynamite?
I mean, there's some positives, but that Ric Flair thing is definitely
I'll start with that. So Ric Flair's last match, that was the name of the show because it was highlighted by Ric Flair's last match, which we all know Ric Flair's last match was him and Shawn Michaels beautifully wrote the way it should have been, putting over Shawn Michaels.
that's sorry.
That's how you do it.
I love you.
Perfect.
It's poetic.
But he wanted to go on his own terms, whatever. So he came out dressed as Mermaid Man or whatever that is from SpongeBob.
Very true.
For like 80s whatever year old person. I have no idea how old Ric Flair is, but forever old he is. Hey, at least he got out there.
AF. He's old AF.
Yep. And for people that were in the crowd, including like Effie, he said about this that that match wasn't about that match, because Ric Flair won. Flair and Andrade won, it was about celebrating his life, celebrating Ric Flair, crying, it's like being a part of the emotion. Ric Flair was my favorite wrestler growing up. I have long debated, and I still debate getting a Ric Flair tattoo because I loved that man so much. His old promo work back in the old Crockett production days. Oh my God.
Oh.
Masterclass. And what's interesting is that match aside, I didn't buy the card. I should have because Jesus Christ, this card was full of fucking bangers.
Like top to bottom.
I mean, you had a 4-way lucha match that would have given me like so many hard-ons. It was Bandito, Laredo Kid, Ray Phoenix, and Black Taurus. Oh, you had Takeshita, Alan Angels, Jonathan Gresham, and I can't remember who was Blake Christian. Was it Blake Christensen? I don't remember the fourth person, but they went on a tear. There's stuff all over the place. You had Jordan Grace was in she put up the Knockouts title. I think it was supposed to be a triple threat, but it ended up being a 1-on-1 against Rachel Ellering, which that had some old former tag team vibes in it. But top to bottom banger. There was a lot of good wrestling this past weekend. There was GCW we already talked about, right? But of course that's because it was SummerSlam weekend. Now, I didn't watch SummerSlam. It was on Saturday night. I did catch some highlights though. There was some returns and there were some different things that happened. JB, I know you had a couple thoughts about SummerSlam you wanted to talk about.
Yes. I watched it.
Oh, you did watch it. You went back and watched it on a replay?
I watched it on Sunday.
Okay. And?
It is a step in the right direction for WWE. They put over the right people.
Mm-hmm.
The Bianca Belair Becky Lynch match was amazing. I have to say that match was really, really, really good.
What always should have been, not 26 seconds of bullshit.
Yeah, no, it was a banger. And then right after that, you had Bayley come back. Woo, Bayley! With Iyo Sky, also known as Iyo Shirai.
Put a pin
That's
there.
A Vince thing. That's a Vince thing. And the returning, recently fired Dakota Kai.
That one really surprised the fuck out of me. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, she looked
I
great.
literally saw her on Twitch the day before. I was like, wait, she's back?
Yeah, like, so they had that. Honestly, the stupidity that was the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar match.
A forklift of the ring.
It was
just
oh my god! Like, but I will have to give Michael Cole some props. Like, you could tell he finally got the leash taken off of him a little bit, and he did a great job.
Michael Cole he's been an on-air announce talent for over 2 decades, right? And that's not by accident. He has skill. He also has been, like you said, he's been cuckolded by somebody in his ear the entire time. I mean, you've seen some videos of him like checking before he says anything at all because he's got Vince just constantly. So yeah, I'm happy with that. What do you think about Logan Paul, the WWE superstar? Which I'm gonna say this: I still don't like Logan Paul as a person, a terrible human being. I'm gonna stick by that argument, but I didn't know that motherfucker could actually wrestle.
No, nay, sir, nay. He cannot wrestle. He is beyond that. Like, I don't know what he is. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a celebrity that can wrestle. He is a wrestler. That's what I'm looking
I want to see him and Bad Bunny go at it in a wrestling ring.
I want to see him.
And why? I can't believe I just said that. What the fuck?
I want to see him go against another semi-high flyer.
AJ?
Him and Ricochet. Him and AJ. Oh, AJ on Monday Night Raw. Holy shit, AJ.
All right. Well, so SummerSlam's in the right direction. You're getting to the point here because I actually did watch Raw, and I know you did too, for the first time in like over a year, I think. I don't even remember when.
About 18 months.
Right.
No.
Right. I'm not going to lie. I watched mostly because I knew Iyo was going to be on there. Okay. I'm just going to say this. When she came out at SummerSlam, her video board said Iyo Shirai. And they fucked up and said Iyo Shirai multiple times. They did on Monday as well. I know it's a Vince leftover. Are you telling me that you already had shirts printed, that you had to keep this Iyo Sky? I don't mind the IYO. It's just the Shirai part. It's like,
yeah,
why? That being said, there was 2 triple threat matches that were both bangers, but AJ Styles, oh my god. Here's my thought.
The thought of that match.
The finish was stupid. I mean, it was so good. For the most part, it wasn't. It has got the best ratings it's got in 2 years. Obviously, people are like me. They were like, and you, they're like, let's see if things have actually changed, right? Because you said that SummerSlam was supposed to be the antithesis for the Triple H era, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't so vastly different. It was still kind of the same stuff. But you could tell there were seeds there that it's going to be better. For example, Iyo versus Bianca, which they had as a match on there. And it got like almost 25 minutes of airtime. And it was so good. And they didn't have Iyo lose, which I'm good with, but the matches I felt that I hadn't watched WWE in a long time. I catch a match here and there, but the matches were good.
They were bangers. Like, I mean, the women's matches were solid. I really enjoyed the fact that Tommaso Ciampa's getting pushed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, wow, shocker that Triple H has evolved. Hey, I'm going to push Tommaso because he can actually wrestle and people identify with him.
He has his title shot now, and you know where his title shot is at?
Where?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, interesting.
Just saying. We don't know.
There's been lots of reports now that, I mean, Tony Khan's even said that he's a little nervous about people wanting to jump to WWE because of the changes.
Well, I mean, a lot of the people he got were old people from NXT, and you know, they have a very good relationship with Triple H because to a man, everybody said Triple H is a wrestler's guy, right? He gets them, you know. So if you go WWE, I hate to say it, you go WWE, you're gonna get more money,
a shit ton more money,
right? You know, so I understand that, and if now your guy is the guy running it. Okay, they're not doing 325 days a year anymore, breakneck speed. So I hate to say this, but you know, just logically thinking, WWE makes a whole lot of sense if you can get that contract now.
I agree.
We'll see where this goes. Like you said, it's a good first step. And I think it spilled a little bit too. I did kind of stumble upon the first match at NXT on Tuesday night. It was the women's tag team title match. If you saw the GIF or not, I probably saw it online. But yeah, Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro, whatever the fuck her new title is. They are your new women's tag. Katana Chance. There you go.
Such a terrible name.
Oh, it's terrible. They are your new women's tag champs, and we've long sung their praises in old NXT, so I thought it was kind of cool. I didn't watch the rest of NXT, but at least
so word on the street from what I've read on the dirt sheets, and of course you got to take it with a grain of salt, that NXT is going to be a hybrid of what it was and what it is, you know. So it's going to be more story based, not so flamboyant.
Cartoonish.
People don't know how to wrestle. Yeah, like you have a whole bunch of unsafe people, which is why you have a whole bunch of NXT people hurt. You know, so we'll see what happens there. Also on the dirt sheet too, because of Triple H, rumor has it Naomi and Sasha their returns might be imminent.
I heard that. I heard a lot of people were speculating them showing up on Monday. Right? Yeah. So
Bray was there, from what I heard. Well,
let me ask you this. I mean, you know, I'm an Iyo mark anyway, right? You know, everybody knows that I there's a few female wrestlers I just mark out over. Everybody knows Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby. But also Iyo is one of my favorite just all-time wrestlers in general, right? You know, I also really love Julia, which, by the way, we didn't make mention of, but over in Japan, they had both New Japan, was it G1 that was going on this past week, and then
G1 Climax, yeah.
G1 Climax and Stardom's Grand Prix 5-star, which was, oh my god, look up fucking highlights of some of these. Like Stardom, I think might be one of my favorite promotions out there now. Honest to God, like they're killing it.
That's an understatement right now.
But Julia as well. But no, Iyo Sky I'm a big mark for, so I'm probably gonna at least give some chances to watching more WWE. What about you, Jamie?
You know, they have me curious about SmackDown now.
Okay.
Like, so I'm probably gonna do the casual thing. Like, if I have nothing to do, I'll turn it on
and then maybe, you know.
Yeah, and then continue having like the dirt sheets tell me if it's a banger. Then of course I can always watch a replay. But like, they got to earn me back, and I think Triple H starting to get his fingers in there. I will definitely be there because I've loved NXT.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go full like old NXT for everything.
No, I don't either.
All the way, but you know, they have the bodies, they have the talent, they have the people like Ricochet and, you know, Iyo and Dakota and, you know, AJ Styles and, you know, Dolph Ziggler and, you know, all these. They have the people that can put on enjoyable professional wrestling. So let's see how they go with it. You guys tell us, are you guys dipping your toes back in? Are you willing to give another shot with WWE? What do you think? Is this the new era, or is this going to be a continuance of the same old, same old? So, well, that was the weekend. You want to talk about Dynamite? I think we should. No, we can skip over Dynamite. Nothing happened on that.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
No.
But so I do want to say though, I think with the shots fired by WWE, because shots were fired, and showing that things are changing. I think this Wednesday's Dynamite was a direct reflection of that.
I agree with that.
Because now, Tony is like, all right, game on. And he put on a solid ass show, top to bottom.
And it did have a special name.
Last week.
Much better than last week. Did have a special name. Next week does. We also got Battle for the Belts this weekend, but that's another story. Talk about Dynamite. Let's go.
All right. So it starts off with a match. Oh God, Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Ooh, Nelly, this match fucked hard. That's all I gotta say. Like, leave it at that.
I don't want to say this was a pay-per-view quality match, but it was pretty close to a pay-per-view quality match. It was right below that there. It was like,
honestly, as I go through the card, there's like 4 pay-per-view quality matches.
There was only one. I would say there's only really one match, and I would have said 2, and you know which the second one would have been. But there's only really one match I would say Matt 2. Everything else, though, was stellar.
Yeah. This match had everything you want. Jay Lethal picks up the win, and then Jay Lethal calls out Wardlow. And question, what do you call Wardlow's fans? Like warmongers? I don't know.
That sounds like the right thing.
Heather the Librarian, I'm looking at you because you are
our Wardlow, Mark.
Let us
know.
War Daddy.
Wardlowians.
Warmongers? I feel like Warmongers fits.
Warmongers fits, but Heather, you leave a comment. Let us know what the Wardlow.
Whatever you call it, Heather, that's what we're going to call it.
We're in.
We got you. But yeah, so this match actually had everything. Had a kick-ass beach break. The dodging of the orange punch into the lethal injection was beautiful. No, it was great.
He had caught midair. He caught him midair and then turned that into a lethal combination. Jay Lethal's on. He is gorgeous stuff.
He is good, and he was good to do a figure 4 on Orange Cassidy. Then the best friends came out. Then Wardlow came out, and he challenged Wardlow for his belt at Battle of the Belts. So, hey, let's set up for something for this weekend right now. That was the only thing I was like, but no, looks good. So Battle of the Belts, awesome. After this, though, holy shitballs, did I call this or what?
You did. I was in total agreement with you too, because I was like, this is, even during this, it was like, I know exactly where this is going. But I didn't hate it.
Oh no, I loved it, but I can 100% tell by the setup. So
100%.
How they stood everything. So it was the Undisputed Elite in there, and in the middle you had returning Adam Cole, who's not medically cleared. Then you had both the Bucks on either side.
Right.
Then on the outside of them were Fish and O'Reilly.
Yeah.
So the Fish O'Reilly, they were surrounding them, if you will, in some aspects. And basically, like, since Kyle's hurt and
Adam's hurt.
So Adam's hurt, like,
and you guys, he says, I'm not medically cleared and Kyle's not medically cleared, and you guys aren't going to team up with him. You guys can't enter into the trios tournament.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, that sounded bad. I'm not choosing my words properly. You won't be medically cleared to be able to be there.
And they turn.
Right after that, the Undisputed start attacking the Elite. And then they were getting ready to put Matt's ankle in a chair.
Head. His head in a chair.
Was his head? I thought
it was his head. It was his head.
Okay. So they had a body part. Definitely. I don't know why I wrote down foot, but either way, it's fine. So right after that, as Adam Cole gets up on that corner, here comes Hanger, and then it's like, yep, cue Hanger.
Telegraph that
the
too.
Elite's getting back. Yeah, the Elite's getting back together. But what the fuck was up with his pants?
I don't know. They were super tight, like stonewashed jeans with a bunch of butterfly embroidery on it. Like a lot of butterflies.
I would wear that if my daughters told me to wear it. Like, you need to wear this. I'm like, okay. So I feel like something like that happened. I'm like, I'm not against it, but it just caught me off guard.
We said last week when they made the announcement that it's going to be the Undisputed Era, whatever they go by now, versus the Bucks and Hanger for the finals. More than likely. Unless there's that swerve and you get the Dark Order gets that chance. But
I mean, they talked. Well, Hanger talked up the Dark Order.
Yep.
You four can do it.
The problem is, I don't know what O'Reilly's injury technically is. I don't know if that was just a shoot either, about. But I know Adam Cole is still not medically cleared. I know that's 100% correct. Like, he's very open on his Twitch channel about his. He doesn't get into specifics, but he talks about his special, very important appointments that he has going on. And, he is in a long-term contract. He's signed until 27 with AEW. So TK is not going to let anything happen to that brain. So if he's not medically cleared by the time this tournament starts, maybe you will have Dark Order versus the Bucks and Hanger, which would be equally as entertaining, I think.
Yeah, because that tournament's going to start pretty quick because
it's got to.
It's a month away.
Well, we also don't know how many teams are going to be in it. It could only be 8 teams, right?
That's true.
Maybe there's only 4.
The best friends. The best friends and
best friends will be there. You're probably going to have Jay Lethal and Satnam and
Satnam and them.
I mean, House of Black would make sense, but they're tied up in a bunch of other things right now, and Buddy's still not healthy either. Blackpool
Death Triangle would make a lot of sense.
Death Triangle could, but Pac's also been going. He's been doing a lot of stuff overseas. I don't know when he's coming back, but that would make a lot of sense to have Death Triangle there. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, well, we'll have to find out.
Maybe you only have 4 teams. Maybe you have Best Friends, Undisputed Era, the Elite, and Dark Order.
That would kind of suck, though. Like, you need a couple more. Give some of these guys some wins.
You figure something out.
Put the factory, put the fucking factory in there and have them job for somebody.
You could do. Someone said FTR housing, and I'm just like, yeah, you could do that, sure, but I won't want to see them getting the titles. No offense to FTR or Danhausen, but FTR has other business to handle anyway at All Out.
Yeah, they have 2 belts to get, not
absolutely so,
not 3.
All
right. So, Christian Cage had a segment. I'm not even going to talk about the
skip over. There's there was a couple boring promos in here, but whatever.
Yeah, like Christian Cage says he would never talk about family, and he says that Jungle Boy crossed the line talking about family, which I thought was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
So this next match was my match of the night. Was 100% my match of the night until the very end.
This match still is my match of the night. I'm going to say that.
This was 100% pay-per-view quality.
Oh, good.
This match was amazing. And it is the tag team of ThunderStorm and the dental hater, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter.
No, I'm not going with dental hater. Sorry.
Baker hater?
No, keep going. Just go forward. Just go forward.
DMD hater.
Stop trying to make things work.
But she's just hater. So
she's not just hater. She's amazing.
That's an understatement because she once again showed out.
Oh.
So this match had a double suplex that was reversed by Jamie Hayter, and she ended up suplexing both Rosa and Storm together. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it had so many great things. It had hip attacks, hip attack, hip attack, hip attack. Oh, whoops. Britt pulls Thunder Rosa over, hip attack onto Thunder Rosa. And then you actually get your win by Jamie Hayter on Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
So your winners are Britt and Jamie. Wow.
And they had so much involved there. They had a little nuance about, because Tony Storm is technically the number 1 ranked woman right now. And, Britt's been dropping those little seeds about that, in her promos, specifically from last Friday. And, they did have that little bit where she got pulled in, but, she hit Thunder Rosa and threw her off, and that led to the victory for Britt and Jamie. You had a lot of little seeds there for the continuance of Britt and Rosa, for sure. We're getting Britt Rosa 4, no doubt, right? It's all out. It's going to be that. I just know it, and I'm all for that. But it wasn't 2 matches, Tony, so we still could use 2 women's matches. I'm just saying. This was good, though, having 4 women in a wrestling match on Wednesday night, but 2 matches next time, Tony. 2 matches. But this match.
Yeah, do a tag team and do a singles match, You
could have had Jade Cargill squash next, whatever. But this was my match of the night. This was fantastic. I think all of them looked great too. And the crowd was into it.
How about Thunder Rosa's shirt? Sandbagging since 2014.
Sandbagging since 2014. I loved that.
Ooh. Oh, shots fired at the IWC.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we were in there too. I'm gonna call myself out. She straight shot fired right at me, and I'll take it. I'll tip the cap. You got me. Good job. All right. After this, you had a video package about Sammy and Tay getting married. Who gives a shit? But then here's Eddie like, "Hey, I got a match against you. It's gonna be a Grand Slam.
All out,
likely." Or all out.
He said all out. He said at the paper. He said at the pay-per-view, which is
at the pape. So yeah, Eddie Kings is gonna kill Eddie Guerrero.
You think it's just gonna be him and him? I thought they might do Eddie and Ruby versus them.
It'd be Eddie, Ruby, Tay, Sammy. Makes the most sense.
It does.
So after that, you had the worst match of the night. But it set up things, so I'm okay with it.
The post match is much better. There's better moves in the post match than there was in the match.
Yeah. So we had Powerhouse Hobbs just straight squashing Ren Jones. It was ridiculous. But right after that, you had Ricky Starks come out of the face tunnel to a huge pop.
Team Taz is no more. Taz said Team Taz is dead. Thank God.
Team Taz does not exist anymore. But yeah, huge pop. Here comes Ricky Starks. They start trading blows, and then the freaking ref gets in the way, and then that allows Hobbs to do his amazing spine buster on Ricky Starks.
So good. It's
so
so
beautiful.
Good. He has progressed since we first saw him back in the pandemic, empty arena, Daly's place. He has progressed so much.
And he's more shredded than Julian Saub, man. That dude, he is ripped. Darby has at Quake by the Lake, him and Brody King in a coffin match. I'm actually looking forward to that match, but this whole little vignette thing was dumb. I am so over the things that
you're does. Over Darby.
I'm a little over Darby.
I'm a little over Darby too.
I'm not gonna lie. He needs to freshen up.
He can't though, because that, for one, that goes against his character, and his character is literally who he is. It's just like Brody. Brody is that is Brody King. What you see on the screen.
God hates us.
Right. Well, he's
hate. Sorry.
God's hate. He's the lead singer of God's Hate, which he actually tweeted out something yesterday. I think it was a lot of these people, a lot of these talent is going to sound hard. They go home and be nice Christians. House of Black is 100%, authentic. It's just like,
yeah.
You're the lead singer of God's Hate, so yes,
yeah,
which is actually a very good metal band if you're into that sort of stuff. Just saying.
Just throw that out there. So after this, though, this match is a pay-per-view quality match. 10 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't hate this match. I
didn't hate it either. I want to hate Christian Cage. I love heel Christian a lot. But this match was really solid by both of them. I mean, they don't move like they used to.
No, especially Matt. We know that, he said he's on the tail end of his career. He knows it. Yeah.
And did great though. Like this match had a lot of good stuff. There was a table involved. Freaking Matt was trying to go for elbow off of there. Christian gets out of the way. Matt goes through the table. Kill switch. Boom. So there you go. Christian Cage gets the dub. Then here comes Luchasaurus out on the apron, out on the entrance ramp, and then behind that, here comes Jungle Boy to try to attack Christian Cage because he was trying to do a concerto on one Matt Hardy, who has taken the most concertos out of anybody ever.
That's how he left WWE, via concerto.
Yeah, he is. I think I was reading. I think he's taken four concertos. That's more than anybody. He's taken just like 2 solos and 2 by Christian and Edge.
Go figure.
So there you go.
So lots of concertos.
Yeah,
this is a lot better. You're right. 10 years ago, this would have been amazeballs, but it was still fun. I still liked it. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought.
I enjoyed it. Like legit. I enjoyed that match. Like everything in my body would say, Jamie, you're not gonna like this match. And my body was wrong. I gotta give them their props. After this, you had a quick Daniel Garcia. He's the Dragon Slayer now. So evidently the JAS has a Dragon Slayer and a Queen Slayer.
Plus a wizard.
And a wizard.
And Anna Jay still all about choking anybody out, which...
Oh my God. That is so annoying. Even my wife was like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, she's not that good on the mic. And she's like, yeah.
She wasn't. But hear me out. Just go with that. It's one of those things that it's like a trauma movie. It's so bad it's good after a while, right? Like she actually choked out like the PA. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it because I mean she is terrible. Even the wife thinks she's terrible. Like it's just like I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Jen was like, "What the hell's that?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's bad on the mic." But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That's the card we're dealt with for Anna Jay. So.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But after that, you had a really solid in-ring segment with Ethan Page. Ethan was like, I deserve better. I deserve to be on TV every weekend. God damn, he's absolutely right. I love me some Ethan Page. He's asking where everybody is when his shirt comes out on sale. Then people started cheering. I'm like, yeah, we're behind you. He's like, really? You're cheering me? Like, why? And then as he's doing this, Stokely Hathaway comes out. And then, he's just going after everybody. Stokely Hathaway sees Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway gives him his card, says something into his ear, and next thing you know, Ethan Page hops out of the ring and walks with Stokely Hathaway out. So evidently, Dan Lambert's completely out of the picture now.
Yep.
And now Ethan Page, who doesn't need a manager, in my opinion, because he is great on the mic, but I think they just want to get him in a stable of some sort.
Yeah, so they have Lee Moriarty did the same thing because he on Friday night he fought Matt Sydal, his former mentor, or whatever, beat him, and afterwards did the same thing, left with Stokely Hathaway. So good. Pairing up Ethan and Stokely is just Mike Gold right there. So whatever it takes to get a push for Ethan, I'm all for. Just like you.
After that, we had arguably the funnest match of the night.
It was so much fun. It was so good.
Loved it. And that was the dumpster match between the Gun Club, also known as Ass Boys, going against the Acclaimed. So that was awesome. So the Ass Boys come out. instantly get attacked by the Acclaimed. Then they hit the Acclaimed's music.
Thank God, too.
Max Caster dropped bars, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
I have the exact quote here. So he sets this up. But the second line was, "We make the ass boys retire like Vince McMahon."
Yeah, he says, I have no edit, I have no filter like Instagram. We're gonna make the ass boys retire
like Vince McMahon. And the crowd went ape shit. And behind him, Bowen's just jaw drop like, he actually did say that on TV.
Yeah, and my wife was right there, and she's like
even she did. Got your wife? Holy shit!
She's like, I'm not into wrestling, but damn, that was good. I'm like, that's why I love the fucking Acclaimed. They're so good.
Oh, volley!
Yeah, so this match was tons of fun. The Ass Boys early in the match got both Caster and Bowens into a dumpster, but they were unable to close it because they were pushing it out, able to get out of there. Then finally, I'll just cut to the chase. The very end, there's a dumpster when they start walking out, and I knew instantly when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's going to be a spot.
That's going to be used.
Yeah, so
it was.
Not Colton, the other one. Austin Gunn.
Who's one of the best sellers in wrestling. Let me just say that.
I agree.
Oh, my God.
Sounds like his daddy.
He could sell anything. Oh,
he sells like his daddy, but he doesn't have his height like his daddy.
His brother has his height. Yeah. His brother has the body. Austin has the personality. Together, they are Billy Gunn. They're just separate.
Yes. So there's a spot. Austin Gunn tries to go up. Max Caster comes up behind him and then hits him, throws him in the dumpster. And at that time, here comes Bowens with Colt Gunn, bangs him, puts him on top of a table. Mike dropped through a table, picks up Colt Gunn, throws him in, closes it. Your winners of the dumpster match are the Acclaimed, but no, they're not done because they zip tie the tops and then they push that motherfucker off the edge. The crowd goes nuts.
As they should have, because oh my God, it was. I mean, when Austin got thrown in, you saw some packing peanuts come out. So immediately, I'm just like, "There's more to come to this thing. I know it." There's some padding in there. There's some stuff there. Yeah, but oh my God, it was fun. It's just good fun. You know, those gimmick matches are good and fun. Honest to God,
they are good fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. That could have been pay-per-view quality if you ask me, because it was that much fun. All right, the last match is by far, in a way, the greatest match that's ever happened on Dynamite.
Okay, all right. Keep in your pants, Jamie, before you get there. So Saturday night, Battle of the Belts, you already mentioned one match. We also have Jamie Hayter getting a title shot against Thunder Rosa. Yes, please. Give me some of that. And Claudio Castagnoli doing his first title defense against Konosuke Takeshita.
Why not? Give Takeshita everything.
Oh my God. That match. You are going to watch that match at least 3 times. I know this.
Which, in fact, JD Drake has waxed poetically about how good Takeshita is.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
And same with Anthony Henry. They both were they love him.
They have said, this guy, he's so young and he's so good. Look out for this guy here. And
he's old enough to drink. And
on Friday, amazingly enough, Jon Moxley, Mance Warner. If you don't know who I'm talking about, watch some GCW, because Mance Warner won a bunkhouse battle royal at Ric Flair's last match, and Mance Warner on AEW TV. This is the world we live in. I'm for it.
I'll wait for it, because that guy can go.
Oh, I love Mance.
He's a former GCW champion
and tag champion.
Yeah. All right. So your main event.
Let's dive into it, because Jamie's gonna go to town here for one reason alone. You already know what it is. Jamie, go.
Your main event: Wheeler Yuta going against Chris Jericho for the chance to face off against interim world champion Jon Moxley.
Yep.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
You gotta admit, it was a good match. Really good.
Wheeler doesn't do bad matches.
Wheeler does not do bad matches. Chris Jericho has had a run of bad matches, but he's actually showed up lately. This match was amazing. It had everything. You had tope suicidas by Wheeler Yuta on Jericho on the outside. You had a failed Walls of Jericho attempt where he's able to get to the ropes. You had Yuta using looked like a modified Regal stretch. I don't know.
It was a Regal stretch, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was meant to be a straight up Regal stretch, but Jericho kind of slipped off him, and he had to kind of readjust. And when he did, it became modified.
It looked cool. One of my favorite spots was when Jericho's going for the Judas effect, and Yuta dodged it and got him into the seatbelt. That was really, really, really cool.
Jamie really wants to talk about this match for one reason alone, and you're beating around the bush, Jamie. Just go for it. Just go. It's fine.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen God. I have seen him in his glory.
Oh Lord,
he delivered me a miracle, and that miracle was the return of a real lion tamer on television. For the win. That's correct. Chris Jericho. Lionheart Chris Jericho, which makes me think I'm going to see another one coming.
You'll see one definitely next week.
I know. Did a lion tamer on Wheeler Yuta for the win.
For the win.
Chris Jericho did a lion tamer on TV. Now, Chris Mowry, if you want me to shut up about the goddamn lion tamer at your shows, let's make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. And then I won't do it anymore. But I've seen one on TV. Not in the wild yet.
He's got to see it in person. That's Jamie's decree. His promise to everybody to stop doing this live is seeing it live.
So I will say this. I now have seen one again. It's rejuvenated the juices.
Look out at Weekend at Journeys. Because
August 26th, I'm just putting you on notice, Chris. Every fucking match, I'm yelling Lion Tamer. Every match. Minimum of once.
Oh, my God. Jeremy Wyatt's constantly. Jeremy Wyatt's match going constantly. This match was a lot of fun. The Lion Tamer, it was a Lion Tamer. It was not.
It was beautiful, though.
It was good looking. Beautiful. It was good looking. Absolutely. Did Chris do better ones when he was younger? Well, sure. But he did a Lion Tamer, and he did two technically because he did one for the win. And after the bell, he picked him up again and put him back in a Lion Tamer until Jon Moxley came out.
It was awesome.
So. Jamie got his Lion Tamer. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, I know what we're talking about on the recording.
The greatest move of all time, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest move. If you don't believe me, comment down below or tweet us at Total Spot Fest. Tell me what you think the greatest move is. And if you say anything other than Lion Tamer, you are wrong. There's no opinion on this. There is fact. Fact.
So you were happy.
That is understandable. Like when it was happening, like
still happy, guys.
Yeah. So when it was happening, I was sitting on my couch and
did you grab your wife's arm or?
Well, no, Jen was upstairs doing something with Audrey, and next thing you know, I'm like, okay, he's going for it. I'm like, oh my God, it's a Lion Tamer! Oh my God! Oh my God! The guy was just yelling, and she's like, what? I'm like, look!
It's like she's like.
And I was clapping like this, like the clap. I'm like, oh my God. And I was like so excited. Like,
I wish you would have got a video of that or one of your daughters got a
boobs
video.
for the first time. I'm like, oh my God.
They're glorious.
Oh, like I heard the angel sing. I did.
Well, congratulations. You saw one on TV. Now, we can get one live so you can show about it. That'd be great.
Yeah, I already have another move picked out, and it's not a submission.
Ooh. I actually get to see the moves that I like the most. I get to see Spanish Fly a lot, and
yeah,
other flippy spitty shit. So, okay, well, hey, you know what? All in all, I think you nailed nail on the head at the beginning here. This was an excellent Dynamite. I thought it was much better than last week. I feel like it was. I don't want to say it was reactionary. I didn't feel like it was reactionary. I just felt like it was better. It was more on par with their good shows.
I think they have to ramp up now anyway because you're on the path to All Out. But
100% because you've now got your first
timing,
right?
Timing wise,
you do because they go from All Out. So All Out is basically a start of a stretch for them because they go All Out into the Northeast and then they go later in that month. 3 weeks later, they're in New York City for Manhattan Project, whatever the fuck they're called at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Grand Slam.
Thank you. I was like, the thing with the stuff, Manhattan Project, that's a Turtles game. Hey, guess what JJ's been playing in his off time on Steam. Okay. By the way, the new Turtles game is amazing. If you haven't played it, just saying.
I have not.
It's so much fun, dude. It's like nostalgia for the old arcade games, but better game. Oh, it's so much fun. It's super easy to beat, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so they start All Out really is kind of the start of a stretch for them. You're right, because we had tonight the first real kind of announcement matched. We know the trios titles, but Eddie Kingston versus Sammy of some sort. That's basically, so that's set now, right? That's going to happen. So we're going to start to get in the next couple weeks here. The card's going to fill out. So I'm not going out there saying it was reactionary. I just think it was one of their better use cases.
Timing wise, it felt very.
I hear you, but that might be just more about what WWE's doing. They're actually now in the game again. Oh, see what I did there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Final thoughts. Anything else? We covered a lot.
It's arguably the greatest Dynamite of all time.
Disagree with that. But anyway, whole lot of wrestling going on this past week. Wrestling's in a good spot. I mean, especially if WWE, like I said, Jamie and I both have been of the ilk that we didn't want to necessarily abandon WWE. It just, the product was shit. It wasn't for us anymore, it just wasn't for us. But, if they're for it, I mean, there's already so much good wrestling out there. We talked about stuff happening in Japan, AAA, Impact's been going on a great run too. Like, oh my God, some of the Impact stuff they've been doing is fantastic. We didn't even talk about this, but did you hear as well some of the additions that was made to this? Felt reactionary. AEW is expanding their talent relations department.
I saw that.
It's no longer just Christopher Daniels,
right?
What? Yeah. Madison Rain. So Madison Rain's coming over to work kind of spear run, the women's division. Thank you, Jesus. She's a smart woman, great talent, lots of experience. But also they're promoting Sanjay Dutt and QT Marshall to be like vice presidents, kind of running things. Christopher Daniels is still there as well. So, I mean, asked and answered. I think that, they got to step up their game. So, yeah, I would like to see a competitive WWE and AEW. I'm not going to lie.
Same.
Because we win. All right. We got things coming up here, so keep an eye out. I think we do have an interview we should be releasing next week. Follow us on our socials or hit the bell down below if you want to know when we get those interviews pushed out. We'll be back next Thursday with our results from Quake on the Lake. Oh God. And also what's been going on in wrestling? Does WWE keep up this trend of upward trajectory, or do they fall into a Roman Reigns hole? We'll see. We'll find out. But once again, same bad time, same bad channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down with Total Spot Fest, I have one word for you.
It's so predictable, but go.
Tamer.
Thank you for at least being a lower decibel level on that.
Liontamer!
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.